I left her alone for one day. Hello.
Hi.
Today we're going to talk a little bit about
What happens when Sandy leaves me alone?
me leaving Shiva alone for one day. I had some family come into town, so I decided to go to Orlando and visit with them.
Perfectly reasonable.
Perfectly reasonable. And I come home, and not only has she managed to rescue 2 cats, which we'll talk about in a minute, but she broke the dog. So, one day, can't leave her alone at all, I'm telling you. And her husband was no help, because he supported, and he's supposed to be the voice of reason. Apparently he's not. I will let her tell you the story of the kittens and then the dog. But, you know...
You did not come home to a dead fish.
I did not come home to any dead fish. All my fish survived. All your fish survived.
Yeah.
That's only because we haven't put the kittens with them yet, but we'll talk about that later. But why don't you go ahead and tell them what you've done, Shiva. One day, people. Go ahead.
Okay. You might have remembered last year around Christmas time, or a little bit after Christmas time, we talked about rescuing a couple kittens, and we kept one of them, the one fondly known as Cerberus, who was half Maine Coon and gigantic. I mean, he's like, what, 10 months old now, and he's 13 pounds?
Yeah. She wanted to get him a friend, but she was looking for the right kind of friend, she told me.
Now,
and it wasn't going to happen right away.
Yeah. Well, keep in mind that the youngest cat prior to Cerberus that we have is Hades, and he's 13 years old.
Right.
So I really didn't think it was fair for us to have Cerberus, who's not even a year old yet, being brought up around all these cats who are going to be dying off over the next, 5-10 years.
Yeah.
So I wanted him to at least have one companion that was going to be around his same age, and preferably around his same size, so he wouldn't break, the kitten. So I told Sandy.
He is very large.
Yeah, he's 13 pounds.
Oh, right,
and he's still growing. He's only 10 months old.
Yeah.
So I told Sandy that what I wanted to do was give it a little bit of time, because we've got another litter of feral cats running around the bar right now. I figured try to track one.
Yeah, we're trying to catch those too.
Yeah.
Aren't we? Yeah. Okay.
Because that would be Cerberus's actual relative.
So anyway, go ahead. With our luck, now we're going to catch like 4 of those. But go ahead.
But so that
We
was
haven't caught any yet.
That was my plan. And then I told her if we weren't able to catch any of the ferals, that I wanted to go to the Humane Society and see if I could find like a Maine Coon mix or something, or a rag doll or something like that. Yeah,
something that was larger and a little bit more mellow, though.
Right.
Supposedly.
Yeah.
So I went away. I went to visit my family.
Yeah. Now, to be fair, I started thinking about this the night we went out.
Yeah, we went out. We went out Friday for our birthdays. Our birthdays are 2 days apart, so we did go out drinking.
Yeah, and the whole day, I mean, even that morning, I had just had this nagging feeling that I should go to the Humane Society. And I can't explain why. I can't explain why I got that nagging feeling. But I just did. And I thought, okay, one of 2 things. I'm either going to go there and there's going to be exactly the type of cat that I want in the right age range, or it's going to be something like a cat with one eye or something that, I knew it was going to be one of those 2 things. But something was telling me to go to the Humane Society. I'd go before Sunday. So
she sneaks out after I leave.
Well, I knew if I mentioned it to Sandy, she would give me all kinds of hell. So I waited until
we had a plan. She didn't follow it.
So I waited until Sandy went to bed, and then I told my husband.
Yeah. And he, of course,
he was like, "Okay, we'll go. If anything, just to humor me."
Yeah.
I don't think he was expecting us to bring home a cat. I mean, I think he was just humoring me.
Go ahead.
So we stopped at the closest Humane Society. And they had their little cat room, but everybody who was of the right age range was already adopted out, with the exception of one who hissed the minute you approached, and I knew that was not going to be a good match.
Right.
So I thought, okay, let's go to the second closest one and see there. So we go in there, and they've got this whole room full of kittens. Just every shape, size, color, and age range. I mean, just adorable. And so Garrett and I went in looking very specifically for...
Mr. Caption's better have something to say about this. But go ahead.
looking very specifically for a Maine Coon mix, or even a Maine Coon, or something like that, or a
large,
ragdoll,
yeah.
or a
Something
Norwegian,
larger, yeah,
Norwegian
something,
forest cat,
right.
something like that.
And I knew what she was doing. I was just teasing.
We were very, very specific about that. So we walk in, and there's this elderly woman, and by elderly, I'm guessing she was in like mid-80s, maybe older, and she had a friend with her, and they were looking for a new kitten. And they were taking their sweet time, so Gareth and I just kind of lagged back, and we're looking at the other cats and whatnot. And all of a sudden, I heard her flag down one of the volunteers and say, "I want to see that tabby right there." And he said, "I'd be happy to show him to you, but he is deformed. He's got one of his legs is backwards." And she immediately, "Well, then I don't want that cat." Well, as soon as I heard that, and Gareth was the same way.
Yep, and I would have been the same way.
Yeah, show us the cripple.
Give us the broken cat.
Give us the broken cat.
Yep.
So
I'm teasing you, but you know I would have been right there with you going, "Oh, let's take the cat home."
right.
But I can tease you about it because I wasn't there.
Right. So the guy let me into the enclosure, because they have different enclosures for different groups of cats. And he let me into the enclosure, and I knelt down to pet this little broken cat who was, you know,
Didn't act broken from what I understand.
She was shy. Well, he was huddled up. You couldn't
Yeah.
see his leg at the time. And he was a little shy, but he started licking my hand, and I started petting him. And all of a sudden, this little orange brother of his comes marching right up to me, yelling in my face until I bend down, and then he's bonking me and kissing me. And it was just one of those, "You're not leaving without me, too." So yes, I brought home 2 kittens. You can't give me shit. You do the exact same
I
thing.
would. I would do the same thing. I'm not even gonna lie. Yeah, I probably would have brought home a couple because I'm weak when it comes to babies. That's why I don't. That's why I haven't gone to the Humane Society because
Well,
I know
that's
better because
why
I would bring home puppies.
Well, that's why I didn't see. If I was a real bitch, I would have gone to the puppy section and taken pictures and sent them to her.
Anyway, so I come in and I'm sitting here and I'm laughing at them about the cats and they're attempting to defend themselves, but they're not doing very well because they don't feel guilty. Just so you know, there's no guilt. I'm just teasing.
Look at the poor little thing.
I know, he's adorable. And but anyway, so then the dog walks up and the dog's limping, his legs all up like this, and I'm like, I go for one day. Not only did you get 2 kids, but you broke the dog. Apparently, they blink feet went out. He was outside on the deck and he caught his toenail, and it kind of pulled it
Between the slats.
and so he was bleeding everywhere. Apparently, when I was gone, so he was playing it up too for me. He was limping and making me feel sorry for him, and then he went outside and was walking around like it was normal. And I'm like, I thought you were broke. I thought you broke. But it was kind of funny because we had the gimp cat and the gimp dog, so that was kind of cute.
Yeah. I think he realized how much attention the gimp cat was getting.
Maybe, but no, he was actually hurt. It's not so bad. I think that we checked it and he was walking on it, so it's just sore. I think he probably tore a little bit, tore the toenail off a little bit, but it if it gets any worse, I'm sure your mom will take him to the vet, or we will.
Yeah.
We will. No, why am I saying? We will take him to the vet. But again.
Just the circumstances.
Anyway, circumstances were kind of funny.
Yeah.
But, and we did want to kind of bring up a little bit about, yes, we are a fish show. But yes, we do rescue animals. We rescue fish.
Mm-hmm.
We rescue crazy cats. We rescue crazy dogs. And then there's this one who will save anything she can save.
Mm-hmm.
Well step above Sandy, like, give fish.
Yeah. I mean, I am the type of person, like when we had the goldfish with the tail rot and Sandy's like, "Throw it out," and it's like, "No, I can save it."
Well, I was like, it's gonna die. Let's go ahead and let that one go. And and she's like, "Nope." And she saved that dang fish, and we still can't tell the difference.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, and I'm not saying that wasn't the right thing to do, but I'm just saying I've done it.
Yeah.
But the cat I would have, because
Yeah.
the cat. I mean, I guess that's wrong of me to feel that the cat is more important than the fish, but.
Well, people treat cats differently than fish or dogs.
But he is
understand the
adorable.
difference.
He's adorable.
But that is something I wanted to bring up too, especially if you're ever thinking about adopting an animal. Look at the ones that are defective, and I know that sounds horrible,
Yeah.
but they're the ones that are least likely to get adopted.
Yeah.
I knew with the way that this kitten's foot looks, I know it's going to be very, very unlikely that he's going to get adopted unless somebody else like me would come up.
Right.
So, everybody wants those beautiful, perfect cats
Right.
who are graceful, and he's actually quite graceful.
He is. He's actually very sweet. He's very nice.
Yeah.
But
we'd give you a name, but we haven't named him yet.
yeah, we haven't even named him yet, or she hasn't named him yet. Her and Garrett got to name him. Moore's brother, the sweet one. But like I said, I went in there and I was cleaning out the cat litter basically, and I walked in with a bag and he assumed it was food. And he started telling me what for, and she's like, oh no, he's not very vocal. I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. This cat gave me all kinds of heck because he thought that bag had food in it. And he was starving and had never eaten before in his whole lives, all of them.
Yeah, well, keep in mind when we first
So maybe
brought
he'll
him
eat some
home.
fish.
Yeah, when we first brought him home, he ate half my sandwich.
Yeah, he was
And
starving.
yeah, he has not met the fish yet.
He hasn't met the fish yet.
We're
That-
going to be talking about today.
Yeah, let's
actually.
talk about that a little bit. Yeah, we're gonna segue this into some fish stuff.
Yeah, and that has to do with when you own cats and fish and
Indoor fish.
Indoor
Yeah,
fish.
obviously. Yeah.
Well, I mean-
any. Because if your cat goes outside, then the outdoor fish count too. But yeah, I mean, because I had a cat that my daughter thought it was really cute to teach it how to fish, literally with its paw in my guppy tank, and they would scoop the fish out and throw around, and the other cats would play with the fish, which was horrifying when I would come home and see the bodies.
Right.
So I had to put a brick on there and tell her that if the brick moved, I knew she helped. But cats are natural hunters,
Yeah.
just so you know.
Yeah.
You can teach them not to mess with the fish.
Yeah. Now with mine, I've had this happen to me on social media groups before, where I posted a video of like one of my cats watching the fish, and people freak out. Ah, you're terrifying the fish. It's like, if I was terrifying the fish wouldn't be coming up to the cat.
Right. They know they're safe.
They know that they're safe. Now, the cats do not get up and dip their paws in and try to go after them.
Mine did.
Well, yours did. Mine don't, because I taught them not to.
My sisters told me somebody, so hers did too. Hers used to go up there and scoop the fish out too. Like, guppies are pretty stupid. And anything sticks there, if you stick something in there, the guppies would come up to investigate.
Yeah.
And that was a great fishing tool for the cats. But anyway, guppies and cats, not always a good idea. You have to put something on the lid.
Well,
But go ahead.
I
Sorry.
have all kinds of
Yeah.
fish, and
But they're probably
basically-
smarter than guppies.
well, basically what I've always done with my cats is I don't let them sit on top of the aquarium.
Right,
And you've
right.
seen when
Yeah, we
Paula
have-
does it, and I
Yeah,
chase them off.
we
of
chase
it.
them off. She has like big stuffed animals and stuff on top of the aquarium, so the cats cannot even jump on it.
Yeah,
Um,
because if the cats can get on top of the aquarium, that's when they're liable to do this. If
Right.
they're just sitting there by the glass, they can't really bother the fish, and the fish are probably very curious about them.
Yeah, fish are actually very curious in nature. But
And
yeah,
cats do love watching fish. I mean, I see mine do it all the time.
yeah.
They sit on these little tables I have next to the aquarium, and they just sit there and watch the fish. The fish come up to them, and they just, you know, they're all
Yeah,
happy.
so I mean, a good indication is not to let them on top of the tank.
Yeah, but I never let mine sit on top of the tank ever, even if they're just lounging there not paying attention to the fish. Don't let your cats get on top of the tank. Spray
Right.
them with a squirt gun. Put balloons on top of your tank. I hear that that's good.
Okay.
Apparently-
I just put a brick on there so the cat couldn't get in there, but I mean, yeah,
you
it's,
don't want them to sit on top of the tank.
yeah. Well, mine was
So-
on the counter, so the cat was right there on the counter, so he would just
Well, I mean, look
stand
what I
up
did
and
with the kitchen
yeah. Yours is
part.
higher though. He would just
Yeah.
stand up, but it doesn't matter. But yeah, great idea. Now that I don't have cats that do that anymore.
Yeah, but
But next time,
yeah, you might have if you
Right.
had gone with me, but you know. But so what I'm going to be doing with these kittens right now? They are segregated in my room right now, where I don't have an aquarium in my bedroom. And as soon as they're ready to come out and meet the dog,
and a couple of the other cats that haven't gone in your room
cats
yet.
that they haven't met, they're going to discover the joys of aquariums. So we're going to be spending a lot of time keeping an eye on them and hitting them with squirt guns or yelling at them or doing something to get them to realize that
So
on top
no
of the
smacking them
aquariums-
offline.
No, we're not going to physically hurt them.
I'm kidding. I would never do
But
that.
we will squirt them with a squirt gun or something
Yeah.
to get them to associate sitting on top of the aquarium with being a very bad thing.
Right.
And water usually, cats don't generally like being splashed with water, so
Right.
we don't have that much of an issue.
Yeah, and one of the kitchen's right there by the water squirt gun thing, so they
Oh
will
yeah,
run
I've
real
sprayed
quick.
down cats before.
Yeah, so.
But-
But yeah, you shouldn't let the cats come out of the tanks. But yeah, I mean, so yeah, that was our thing.
Yeah. Now I do have a story about Hades with the indoor pond. With
Okay.
Yagore.
Okay.
You've heard me talk before about Yagore, who's my oldest karasu koi, who can take aim and splash people if she does it intentionally.
Yes, she does.
There was one day I had Hades out here. He's one of the only cats that I allow out here.
Because of the leather couch.
Yeah, because he doesn't get on the couch. He'll usually sit there, by the pond and just look. He doesn't try to go after the fish or anything. And one day he was sitting on the ledge of the pond just watching the fish, and I saw Yagore coming up, and I was like, I don't think she'll do it to him, and she just did it to him. He took off like a shot.
Now he doesn't even want to
And
come
now
out here.
he won't come anywhere near the pond. No,
Yeah, he'll come out here. Yeah, he'll come out here
but he
for a
won't
minute.
go anywhere near the pond.
He doesn't. He won't even look at the fish. He's like, nope, nope.
It was
I'm
just
done.
that one time to get splashed
For
by
a long
fish.
time though, he wouldn't even come out the door.
Yeah.
He's like, but now he'll come out here again because he wants to be in your office with you.
Mm-hmm.
But and now he's the only one so far that's experienced the fun of your fish.
Have you got it?
But so you can teach the fish to do bad shit too.
Yeah, teach your koi to splash the cats. That'll do it.
Right.
I didn't teach Shigari that though.
I know she learned on her own. I know.
She does it to humans too. She does it to everybody.
But am I wearing a shirt? I am wearing my shirt. I am wearing my shirt. So go buy some stuff.
Yeah, I'm wearing
Like,
my cat
subscribe,
shirt.
share, comment below. We need more followers.
Yes.
So get your friends to join in.
In fact, I've already got something lined up with Sandy here, and you know you want to see this.
You don't.
Yeah, you do.
Do not want to.
She wants to go back to Discovery Cove, which
I do
totally
really want to go back to
for.
Discovery Cove. I'm chomping at the bit.
Right. The thing is that I say if we go back to Discovery Cove, she needs to go into the pussy shark tank. And when I say pussy sharks, I mean
the nurse sharks are going to
zebra
eat
sharks.
me. They don't like me. I can tell already.
Yeah,
they
the
gave me dirty
bonneted
looks the
sharks.
last time.
Right. So
yeah, no.
she's promised me that if we get 1,000 subscribers, she will jump in the pussy shark tank.
I will calmly swim in the pussy shark tank very slowly, unless I need to walk on water if they come after me.
I told you
So,
that big 10-foot nurse shark
That
will come
bitch
right
will.
up to you.
That bitch, I'll be walking on her right out the tank. I'm telling you. But anyway, we do need more followers. But we need you to buy stuff. We do still want to make quite a lot, but we really do need more followers. Buy some shirts or something.
Yeah. I'm wearing my cat shirt because we were talking about cats
Oh,
today.
okay, that's true. Okay, we were talking about cats, and it was just a funny. We'll show you some pictures of this cats, maybe some video, maybe if they do anything. Right now they're kind of new and mellow, but eventually we'll try to get some video of them just to show
The
you.
moral of today's episode is if you are considering getting a dog or a cat, consider adoption.
Yeah, adoption is always a great way to
Be
go.
responsible about it, and honestly, don't automatically dismiss the handicapped ones or the older animals. A funny side note to my Humane Society visit story was, as Gareth and I were leaving to go to the office to fill out the adoption paperwork, that old lady I told you who was so adamant about I don't want that cat and was all nasty with this little kitten, we passed by her and she was being told by the volunteer that she had no business adopting a kitten. And he was
Right.
absolutely right, because
Right.
cats can live up to 20 years or longer.
Yeah, some cats can live over. I mean, yeah, the average age is 15-ish, but I mean, you've had cats that have been over 20. I know my family has had cats over 20. So you're 80. You've got maybe 10 years. Maybe 15 if you're lucky. That cat may outlive you.
Right.
Consider a little bit older cat. It doesn't have to be old. Maybe 5 years. But
Yeah.
again, older is fine.
Yeah, keep it-
Disabled. There's nothing wrong with a disabled animal or person. I mean, please understand that. But if you can help an animal that's disabled and
Keep in mind that older and disabled animals are less likely to get adopted. They're more likely to get euthanized. And they're actually really good animals. I specifically needed a cat under 2 years old for Cerberus, and I knew that. That's why I was kind of limiting myself. I knew I didn't need a dog, so I didn't go anywhere near the puppies.
I can't.
Because even though I'm more of a cat person, I can still fall for a puppy face.
Yeah, I'm bad.
Yeah.
But anyway, like, subscribe, share, comment below. Buy stuff. Subscribe. Get your friends to subscribe.
Yes.
We don't need more followers, but Shiva says we do.
No,
so we do.
We're trying. Our goal is to get 1,000 subscribers.
At least. Yeah.
Right. At least 1,000 subscribers.
So it's less than 500 more.
Yeah,
You got
and
this.
then-
You got this,
and
folks. You got this.
And
Help us out.
And as a bonus, once we cross that threshold, I am literally going to throw her into the pussy shark tank. That's no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Anyway, and I have a GoPro, so I'll film it.
Yeah.
As I walk on water.
Well, they don't let you have cameras in there because it's
I know,
shiny,
'cause the shiny
but
things,
we
I
will
know.
have Gareth up there filming it.
Yeah, that's
He'll have this beautiful overhead view of watching
You think
Sandy
that.
walk on water when this 10
I've seen
foot,
Gareth film
when
before,
this when this 10-foot nurse shark pops up, which it will because it's very friendly. I know this firsthand.
and Sandy will be leaping up
we
and
will
walking on
watch
water.
her best impersonation of Jesus Christ.
Walking on water, walking on a shark. I'm telling you.
She will literally be jumping sharks.
Telling you, I'm sure I told them the story the last time about Discovery Cove and the little blue fish. They're probably related to those sharks. But anyway, like, subscribe, share below.